Hey everybody, it's another Disney day. I am here at Disney Springs. No, I didn't get their stupid media badge, so hopefully I won't be talked to again. This is the emptiest place you're going to see in this video by a lot. There's almost nobody here. That's not very many things open. The rest of the time is to be parks, and they're going to be packed as like crazy packed, and hopefully I'm not going to get frustrated and go home early. I believe this was the Harley Davidson store. Don't know what's up with the walls. I believe these walls have been here for quite a while.
I can't wait.
Looks like another windy day where characters in flight is not in flight. At least not right now. And of course more construction for well, whoever that is. Oh, also this song is irritating. I don't know if anyone has noticed. This is the site of the former Disney Quest, which is something that's kind of sad that they gave up on a long time ago because it could have been cool. Already quite a bit of a structure here. Funny thing is, this is going to be the NBA experience, which is not quite the same thing as so not quite the same as NBA City, which closed a few years ago at City Walk, but this is kind of, I guess, Disney's equivalent of City Walk, or City Walk is the equivalent of this place, or whatever. But just thought it's interesting that Universal closed an NBA restaurant, and this is, well, looks like it's more than just a restaurant, but we'll see when it opens. Oh yes, this I believe is the at least second time they've moved this store. So I was right, it was the Harley Davidson store. I guess the orange kind of gave it away. Remember I was here not that long ago? This was just a wall. They've made quite a bit of progress. This guy over here is talking about ripping out some of the concrete over here. I'm not sure what that's going to be for, but I guess we'll find out. So that concludes Disney Springs for this trip. I really just parked here for free parking, but I figured since I'm here I might as well show you a few things. I'll be taking buses from here to the different parks because for some reason my Disney videos always have really low view counts, especially compared to Universal. Although I also have low view counts on the few SeaWorld videos I have and Busch Gardens, so I guess it's lucky that the one park I get in for free with free parking is the one that's I get the most views on. I just I don't know why. I know there are people who watch all my Disney videos, and thank you, but for some reason it's always pretty low. So let's get to EPCOT by the way of Disney's Beach Club and then probably walking. Oh yes, before I forget, I'm testing out this remote view. By testing it, I mean I bought it. If I don't like it, I can return it. Testing out this remote view quick case for the S1. So we'll see if it speeds things up today, because I'm going to be switching cameras a lot. Alright, we are in at EPCOT. No longer Epcot Center. And it's time to go take another look at the Flower and Garden Festival. I went to the Yacht and Beach Club and just walked. It was a very short walk. And activated my comp pass with my Magic Band, which I almost left at Disney Springs because that's the kind of genius I am. So let's go. Here is the English Tea Garden, which I showed you last year. Here's a link in the top, if I remember. Probably will. For last year's tour of this for the Flower and Garden Festival. And over here is some chamomile, which I don't see the actual, I think that might be the only actual chamomile, which is something that helps me with my anxiety, and I probably should have had some this morning. I don't know if I have is necessarily crowd anxiety, but I do have anxiety. What bothers me when it gets busy is I just want to get to places and do things, and people walk so slowly that it just slows my day down, and like I just want to get here and there and not spend several more hours not being able to get to places because people are slow. Same thing with driving. So I did post a video asking all of you what you want me to focus on when I return to Flower and Garden. I did not get a single Flower and Garden related request. So I'm just going to show you what I think is cool. I did try, so hopefully you like it too. You might remember that I did the Spikes Pollination Exploration the previous time I was here because the egg extravaganza was not available yet. Well, you can see here it is available, so I'll be doing that today. It's time for the bench shot right outside of port of entry. This will be the first shot of the cheat video. If you're not watching the cheat video, this is going to be the last shot of the extravaganza, so please watch that as well. Just finished a lap around World Showcase to do my extravaganza cheat video. If you haven't watched that, please do if you're interested, of course. Now, you might remember if you watched my previous video from Flower and Garden that I went to Starbucks and got a Spaceship Earth cupcake. There's no way I would possibly 2 times in a row. Oh. Later. Oh. Still cannot get that glitter on the camera. There's a lot of glitter on here, but you can't see it on camera for some reason. So yeah, I got it again. Work does continue on this hideous building, which apparently was heavily damaged in last year's hurricane. I'm not sure what specifically. I see, obviously, as you would expect, some damage to the roof, which I would speculate means that water got into this hideous structure. Unfortunately, they're not demolishing it as they should. Speaking of which, as far as construction, this wasn't damaged by the hurricane, so maybe not the best transition. But there's no visible progress on this side for the new Guardians of the Galaxy attraction. Now, what I don't understand is, if I'm correct, they're building a lot behind this, so why not keep the Universe of Energy open, unless it's a cost of maintenance issue, build behind it, and then once that phase is finished, then close this attraction and rework this building. That way they can be working on the new attraction and keep this one open. My only guess is it just costs too much to maintain it, and maybe people just it wasn't worth it because people weren't coming. I don't know, but you understand what I'm saying, I think. That's kind of clever. It's a large version of the little stakes you get to identify a plant, especially when it is just starting to sprout. Cute. I'm bringing you back to the Waterwise Garden presented by Rainbird because I thought this was pretty cool last year. Are those the Rainbirds? This path in the middle that crosses here, I'm not sure what that's. It's kind of, nothing wrong with it, it's just interesting. I wonder if it was meant for something else at one point. Probably. You know, there's a bunch of hidden Mickeys in here. Possibly unintentional in some cases. There goes a disgusting monorail, which really needs to be taken off the track, stripped down, and rebuilt, but they have so many other things going on. They actually have been cutting back budgets on certain things, I think, despite the insane amount of money they make here. But you have to keep the shareholders happy. Last year I came over here and bought some beverage. I don't remember what it was. Might have been the peach iced tea. But I'm not going to go over here this year because the line is too long. I like how they made shapes here in flowers, including the shape of a flower made up of flowers. Also, I just recently saw a video about the Odyssey, why it's over there. They said that when they were constructing EPCOT, this is a sinkhole. It's a good thing it hasn't opened up any further, because that would be really bad. Especially with the monorail being here. But after 35 years, it hasn't gotten any larger, so I'm going to say it's not going to. Now, last time I was here, they were setting up for the Harvey show. This is a very large, wide open area right here. I'm sure when it's anywhere close to illuminations, reflections of Earth, that it gets pretty packed, because this would be a great place to watch it. Not a lot of trees in the way. It's right in front of you. Not going to stay for tonight though. Maybe another night. I don't remember if this is where you need a fast pass to get premium seating. It might be. Don't remember if FTD was a sponsor last year, but certainly makes sense. Shows you different things associated with colors. Purple, one of my 3 favorite colors. Actually, 2 of my favorite colors are right here, purple and green. I also like blue, which means I really like blue because blue is in purple and green, but yellow, a color I don't really care for. Joy and friendship. Well, I guess there's that. Pink, color I don't dislike, but though pink is really a red heavy purple. There is actually blue in pink, because it's not, if you look at if you make it just light red, it doesn't become pink. I didn't know that for a long time. Happiness and grace, there's a happiness again. Orange, also not a color I really like. Not my least favorite color though. Do I like oranges? White, it depends. I'm more for black, but I guess there aren't black flowers, so. Red, I do like red. I mean, can't have purple without red. Surprised they can get pineapples to grow in such small plants. The ones that I had were huge by the time that they were making pineapples. And by huge, I mean like leaves that are at least this wide, probably wider. This is probably a narrow leaf on the plants that I had. Sorry about my shadow. That was creating pineapples. Of course, the pineapples were also larger than that, but that's probably, nope, it's going to be a miniature pineapple. It's not going to get bigger. You can tell by the number of, I'm not sure what that's called, but when there's a larger number, it's going to be a larger pineapple. I grew some pretty decent sized ones, but my first one was amazing, and then after that, they weren't that great. But now I don't grow anything because whatever, I don't care. Not sure if I'm going to try anything else here at the Flower and Garden Festival, but stay not tuned, because you can't really tune a video. Stay watching and you'll see. Okay, I will admit this sounds somewhat good, but nah. Oh yeah, they really lost me on the corn gelato. $4.50 for that. Nope. Well, this is interesting. It's kind of nice for Anna to share her birthday cake with everybody. A little bit of refurbishment going on over here in Norway. A giant troll without multicolored hair. Still like the idea of a plant eating other plants. Kind of funny. This one isn't eating anything, but it's looking up like, ooh, that looks tasty. The Joy of Tea, that's funny. It just doesn't look like tea. With all of the topiaries in this area, this is always the spot for photos. These, very few people are taking pictures of these. Why? I don't know. Maybe because they're not the main characters. I'm not sure. There's some artwork around here, like we saw at the EPCOT International Festival of the Arts. Of course, not nearly as much. This is pretty cool. Some elaborate birdhouses. This guy up here is delivering pickles. This guy's cute. This print is only $40. Not too bad. Okay, I have to say I really like this one. This is also $40. This guy is on canvas, so it's $150. And there he is again, on canvas again. That is $150 for this. We really do like this. This is really cool. Let's take a quick look at the little festival market here. This shirt is guaranteed fresh and $29.99. And also moving a lot. And a fake pocket. For all your redneck birds, this one is $24.99. New arrival, this just in, how exciting. These little guys are $39.99. Here is this year's 25th anniversary magic band for the EPCOT International Flower and Garden Festival. Pretty cool. And these strange trash can salt and pepper shakers. These These are kind of fun, little refrigerator magnets, but they're $11.99, so not so much of a bargain. Still kind of cute. $13.95 for this little guy. That's a cute little tote for $29.99. This shirt is $32.99. It is not an annual pass holder shirt, but it is a 25th anniversary shirt for the festival, and of course you've noticed that one of them is Spaceship Earth, which is also sort of a hidden Mickey. Also $32.99 is this really stupid hat. Again, at that magical number of $32.99 is this shirt, which is that little bird we saw earlier. I believe these are a few things that I did not show you on the first day, and you can see in here, for some reason, in here is where it says celebrating 25 years. You know, the part that people don't see when you wear the shirt, but yeah, still kind of cute. It's one of those shirts though that looks like it's worn out when you first buy it. I don't like that. I think that's kind of silly. Oh, battery's almost dead. Oh, jeez. Of course, just like Universal, you can also buy those disgusting turkey legs and walk around and look like a barbarian. Just like last year, the smokehouse has returned to the unnecessary American experience. I must not be a very good American because none of that really seems very good to me. And I'm also surprisingly very full from the cupcake and Starbucks I had earlier, so I'm not looking to get anything anyway. Over in Japan, honestly, the top one sounds pretty good. Not so much with the coconut, because I don't really like coconut that much, but could be good. Of course, Florida Fresh is back with the hick music, which is weird. Doesn't really match Florida, but okay. Sorry, the sign is blown out. It's a problem I had last year. So I might have mentioned last year that I tried to grow cantaloupe a few times, and I was only ever successful in growing one piece of fruit that was about the size of a baseball. It was pretty good, but everything else, it started to grow and then it just never got past a really tiny, it didn't even look like fruit. So didn't exactly have a great success with that. But I did get lots and lots and lots and lots of blossoms. If I had a house, I might grow bananas, but I don't have a house, and I probably never will. Don't let the minions see this. Corn is something we grow way too much of in this country, so much that we put it in things that it shouldn't be included in, and is the source for ethanol at gas stations, which is not the way ethanol should be created. If you look up hemp ethanol, you'll see it's way better, because corn hemp is actually less efficient than gasoline. So you'd think that would be a good idea to cut down on oil consumption, but it's actually not. Peach, it's not just for Georgia. See, we grow so much corn in this country that it's here twice. It is not the end of the video, however, I am moving on from EPCOT for right now. I could be back later. I don't really have a plan for today, except for to come here and to get a fast pass. Is Disney, so I said it properly, for the Pirates of the Caribbean, or Caribbean, to see the new scene. I will put that in the video. I do have that fast pass for later. So right now I'm going to go to Hollywood Studios. Probably won't be there long. Don't know what I'm going for after that. And of course, here comes the wind. So in the back of the France Pavilion, they're working on something. And over here, they are working on that silly gondola thing. Over here at Hollywood Studios, you can see part of that silly gondola system. I'm looking right at it, and yet I still cannot believe that they're actually doing this. Kind of interesting how they have these spaced out. I'm not sure what they're called. Leave a comment below if you know what they are called. I know it's to keep contaminants out of a water system. A lot of times they are yellow. But again, I can't believe it's unfortunate to me that they're putting money into this instead of upgrading the monorail. And I know the monorail works kind of, and this is new. I don't know. I also wish that there was another boat dock over here that can take a friendship ferry from EPCOT straight into the park, so you don't have to go through security again. But I don't know if they're just if it's too difficult, too expensive, or they're just not interested in it, but it would be nice because it's really annoying going through security over and over again here. I'm very surprised, but it's actually not that crowded at all here. Here comes the march. A few days ago I was doing that very thing, except at Universal. And it was a high school marching band, or a middle school marching band, and not stormtroopers. But you know, otherwise the same. Here at Hollywood Studios, their traffic signals work still, unlike the ones at Universal Studios, which probably worked at one point.
Oh, it is. You're right.
But they do work here. They keep adding and removing the stage, although this time it's built differently. Instead of occupying all the space back here, they are now built on trailers. These screens are still pretty cool. In fact, they roll up and roll down. Apparently they get overheated easily, so there is a fan on them. I can imagine in their flat black in the sun. My camera overheats sometimes, unfortunately, because of that reason. I don't remember this having a name before. Maybe I haven't been paying close enough attention. This was a great movie ride. I thought they were playing Ghetto Boys for a moment here. Nope, it's the original. Isaac Hayes. Of course, a little bit of an update on the construction, although very little because a lot of it is in places I cannot get to and show you. But I can show you this. Apartments for rent. They may look like they've been there a little while, but hey, where else can you rent an apartment inside of a theme park? One last little bit of the construction, and that's I think that's all I can show you. At some point we'll be able to walk through there, I believe. In Central Florida, Christmas never really goes away. Wish it would. This area does look really nice, though. Especially if that opened up again. I wish I could have taken you through the streets of New York. I think it's what it's called, or Streets of America, sorry. But it closed right before I moved here. Hi, Ralph. I've said this many times before, but it's really too bad he didn't live long enough to have his version of EPCOT actually happen. Yep, there he is. Here comes cancer again, taking someone else. I didn't realize that this was a rotating display here, a rotating gallery, because there's some things in here that I don't remember saying before. I don't remember saying that. This nice model of Spaceship Earth. Here is a model of the whatever, don't care land. I mean, Star Wars, blah blah, whatever. Should have just made this entire place Star Wars. Just get rid of everything else. Though I am interested in this expansion of Pixar for Toy Story Land. It's actually called Toy Story Land as opposed to Harry Potter Land, which is not the real name, and a lot of other places, Harry Potter World or whatever. This looks like it'll be pretty cool. I'm sure I won't be able to get in for opening day, but I'll be heading over here at some point, checking it out. That's well, it looks here like that roller coaster is pretty big, actually. Here is the ride vehicle for the Slinky Dog coaster, called Slinky Dog Dash. Another mock-up of a ride vehicle. This is the Alien Swirling Saucers, which, of course, will go right here. I see a very, very long wait in line in my future for this roller coaster. Even though I see there are at least 3 ride vehicles out at a time. It's a very long coaster track, and so will the line. Shows you how much I've been paying attention. Right there is the opening date, June 30th, 2018, the day that it will be pretty much impossible to get in here. There will be a cast member preview, and of course I'm sure annual pass holder preview. I couldn't go to either one of those. There might be a a cast member preview where a cast member can invite somebody. That's just speculation. If you are one of those cast members, please let me know. Here is a little bit more of the construction. That's really all I can show you. And next year, this is going to open too. Again, don't care. I am still interested in what this was before. I asked before. Nobody has posted a comment. Maybe nobody who watched that video knew, but this had to have been something. As I'm walking by, leaving the Pixar area, I realized there's a little bit more I can show you from here, but that's really it, without going up in the air. So it seems that Universal showed to the heads of several other companies detailed plans of the upcoming Universal Studios. One of the people was actually at a different studio at the time, a man by the name of Michael Eisner, who then took those plans to Disney, and that's when they built what was originally MGM Studios. So if you think that MGM, now Hollywood, looks a lot like Universal Studios, even though it opened first, there's a reason. It's because Disney took the plans from Universal. I'm now leaving Hollywood Studios the same way I came in. By that I mean this march was happening when I came in, and now I'm heading out and it's happening again. Of course, Disney denies that they took the plans for Universal Studios Florida, but the plans changed dramatically and the date got pushed back, mostly because I couldn't find funding for it. Both Universal Studios Florida and what was originally MGM Studios was supposed to be an actual working studio, but unfortunately, for whatever reason, they never could make production a constant thing here in the Orlando, Central Florida area, so now they're just theme parks. And I'm sorry, it really isn't a whole lot here to show you, at least not that I'm interested in, so that really does wrap it up for Hollywood Studios for this video. I'm going to be going, maybe, well, let's see. I know I'm going to Magic Kingdom in a little bit. I arrived at the Magic Kingdom, and the third time going through security in the same day, because that's how Disney works. Well, third park, and it's there's definitely people here, but I'm here for that parade again. For Disney, especially Magic Kingdom, it's really not that busy. I mean, great. I'm surprised. Now another building is getting ready for, or is being refurbished. You might remember the Emporium was being refurbished. They took down everything and then put it back up and took it down again. Let it out? It's Mr. Incredible! Usually I'm here when this parade is wrapping up.
That was fantastic. And guess what though? Party's not over yet, okay? Now we've shook it, we've danced it. Now it's time for us to play it. I need everyone to look at the screens. Take a look at the screens around you. To the loudest of the song you want to hear the most. Hey. Alright guys, we are gonna play Can't Touch the Feeling by Justin Timberlake!
Oh no. That dude's got so much energy. Time for the parade to go away. This is usually where I walk in. Well, thankfully the shortcut behind the castle is open again. You might remember in a previous video it was closed off for some reason. It's, well, again, it's open. Nice. When did custom socks or specialized socks become a thing? I always knew socks is just something you put on. But now they're whole stores. This isn't really a whole store, but all these different custom, they're just socks, really. Am I just getting that old? It just seems silly to put all this effort into socks. Looks like this is being refurbished yet again. I think this was shut down last year for refurbishment. Maybe it's every year. Looks like I can't avoid these marching bands now. Except this time I have to work. Sounds familiar.
From Evansville, Indiana, and West Morgan High School.
So they actually make them wear Disney Mickey hats. That's pretty lame. Oh wow, they're playing Louie Louie. Imagine that. Must be mandatory for every marching band because they all play it. Enough of that. While I wait for my, sorry, I just looked out of focus. While I wait for my fast pass for the Pirates of the Caribbean or whatever, I'm gonna have some food at the Up. Gee, it's a good thing I have a fast pass reservation because it's a whole 35 minutes. You might remember last time I was here it was quite a bit longer. This is interesting. Usually when there's something like Fast Pass or Express, you merge into the regular line. This actually has a separate load from the regular line, so you never actually merge. Interesting. Whoops. Doesn't look so great on camera. Looks like it didn't go so well for those. It obscured. Whoops. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, I wonder where Sparrow is. Here's what's changed.
Quit your clucking. The gentleman wants the rum. Yeah! Hey, watch the rum!
And now it's what it's been for many, many decades. Still women chasing men. And dogs. Or whatever that is. Dogs and chickens chasing each other. Well, that ends another Disney day. I have about 20 minutes before fireworks, but nah, whatever. Just fireworks. I've seen fireworks before. You've seen fireworks before. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do. Check out my other channel here. Thanks for watching this video all the way through. We interrupt this outro to bring you this. The world of Disney is a little bit smaller right now because they're renovating a large section of it. It is still the world's largest Disney store, but well, a little bit smaller right now. I think Mickey Mouse and Sonic the Hedgehog might have had a child. Interesting. Presenting Disney choking hazards. This is what the construction looks like from the inside. Just a wall. Not even a construction wall, just a wall. Made it look like it's just always been there. It seems a lot smaller than the other one. A lot smaller. Not that I really care, but it could be wrong. Now back to the outro. Please exit to the gift shop.